Hi, I'm Jane Gates from Gates & Croft Horticultural Design, landscape design company, and I work, it's not only my own company, but I work as the head designer. And I'm also the author of the newly released All the Garden's a Stage from Schiffer Press, a kind of fun book, an entertaining way of learning about gardening and sustainability. Now, what I'm really here for, though, is to talk to you about weed control rocks for flower bed. In other words, how do we use some rocks for controlling weeds in a flower bed? And there are just a couple of ideas right sitting around me, or perhaps I'm more sitting between them. Anyway, you could use, I've got rocks here that a lot of them came out of the ground in my local area, but you can buy gravel, you can buy pea gravel, which is nice. This is a sort of a mixed choice of different kinds of rocks in different sizes. You can also use bigger rocks and boulders. Anything that's under these rocks is going to be pretty much covering up areas for the weeds. One important thing is when you install them, now the idea of this design-wise, by the way, is this is actually doing double duty. It's a dry riverbed. If my pond should overflow, it actually conducts the water out to the street. In the meantime, it works as a border for my border garden here. It also works as the edge of the garden itself. So, okay, that's triple duty. I never was great with math. Anyway, this is a great way to use rock to suppress weeds and to make something decorative and even functional because it will conduct water away. One thing you do want to do, this is sort of somewhat used. It's an older roll that's been undone, but this is weed block. You'll find different parts of the country have a different kind of weed block. Some of them are black, some of them are sort of a light gray. This is a felty kind. Get the professional type of weed block. Don't get the really thin stuff with the little holes in it because it just disintegrates real fast. And underline wherever you've carved out your area for your rocks. Just put it down as like a nice carpeting. Then you put your rocks on top. And although weeds will grow between occasionally, they are really, really suppressed. Those will be self-seeded weeds, and over time maybe a little sand fills in between. But they pull out real easy, and they suppress the majority of weeds, certainly the ones coming up from underneath the soil. Obviously, a big rock is going to stop a lot of weeds, and it does really nicely to grow some maybe grassy type foliage, some pretty flowers, decorate, make it nice. A really big boulder is super because you can play on it or sit on it, and it makes a nice focal statement, focal point rather, that makes a statement in your garden design. Any way you deal with it, using rocks can be a wonderful way to suppress weeds, to get some nice focal points, nice looks out of your garden, and also maybe, like in this case, to conduct water away and keep it easier, keep it functional, keep it well drained. So try using rocks to control weeds in your flower bed. If you want some more information, check on my website at www.gardengates.info.